about the schedule at 7:30.
So today we're here for the Scouting in the Presbyterian Church session. We have two presenters this evening. The first presenter is Phil Melberg. Phil is an Eagle Scout, a retired BSA professional, having served in the New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Washington, D.C. areas. He is a graduate of the Missouri Valley College American Humanities degree, a CNP certified nonprofit professional. Phil is the recipient of the Celtic Cross Award. He is a life member of both Alpha Phi Omega and the National Eagle Scout Association. A registered Wood Badge Scouter, Phil presently serves on the National Capital Area Council's BSA Endowment Committee and the National Capital Presbytery Stewardship Committee. He is an elder at Gaithersburg Presbyterian Church in Maryland and is currently serving as the chair of Stewardship Ministry. Phil is the president of the National Association of Presbyterian Scouters. And the second presenter that we have this evening is Reverend Skip Hansen. And Skip is an Eagle Scout. The Reverend Robert Arthur Hansen, nicknamed Skip, received the Doctor of Ministry degree from McCormick Theological Seminary in Chicago, Illinois, the Master's of Divinity degree from the Louisville Presbyterian Theological Seminary, and his BA from Salem University in West Virginia. He has served as a pastor for Presbyterian congregations in New York, New Jersey, Kentucky. As a CFRE, he has served American Counseling Association Foundation, the Salvation Army, the American Bible Society, and the Presbyterian Church USA. Skip is presently a registered volunteer and an active member in the National Capital Area Council BSA Endowment Committee. Some quick Zoom nonverbals. Feel free to use the chat box to raise your hand if you have a question, etc. As you put questions in the chat box, we will do our best to answer them as we go along. And again, please use the chat box as you have questions. So, Phil?
Thank you very much. We're delighted to be here. The Boy Scouts of America and Scouting have been a partner with the Presbyterian Church for more than a century, and we'll talk about that in a little bit later when we talk about the recognition programs that have happened. The denominations that make up the Presbyterian Church commitment to scouting are the Presbyterian Church USA, Presbyterian Church in America, the Evangelical Presbyterian Church, the Associate Reformed Presbyterian Church, and the Orthodox Presbyterian Church. When you combine all of these, it brings a total of more than 71,000 youth that are registered in the Boy Scouts of America in 2,900 units and 32,000 adult registered. If you're interested, Presbyterians are the third largest partner organization with Scouting. I guess you probably want to know what the second place is, and that's the Methodist Church. And if you're interested, the first place church is the Catholic Church. We're going to take 3 different surveys this evening, and we're going to have an opportunity to talk about different programs and opportunities that are out there. The first one that we're going to survey has to do with the size of your church. And because we have a good response this evening, we're going to take a survey as to whether or not your church has under 150 members, or whether or not it has between 151 members and 300 members, whether it has between 3 more than 500 members. So if you'll just touch your screen, indicate what it is, why we'll move forward and look at the percentages.
All right, I'll give it a couple more seconds to vote. Okay. So that's what we got in.
That looks very fine in terms of the information that we have. There's more than 500 members in many churches, and certainly under 150 members in about 38% of the other congregations that support Scouting. So it's a wide range in each of those categories, and yet it's one that supports the Christian education program in every single congregation. A positive success. Thank you very much. We'll move on, and then we'll have the reports of the next survey as we get through the evening. The National Association of Presbyterian Scouters was founded in 1986 and is comprised of registered Scout volunteers throughout every church, every congregation, and all of the programs that we have. One of the opportunities has been to have a positive relationship with different churches and with the General Assembly of the denomination. One of those opportunities has been in publications and in literature, and in order to support what's going on. We're delighted that churches participate and that they've been able to go ahead and participate in many, many areas. One of the participate with the Mission Council, and that was an opportunity that was published in many different Presbyterian publications. A great opportunity for us to show Scouting and where it is and what it is doing. The policies and the programs that are combined have been able to move ahead, and we think that in each of those categories, not just the Presbyterian Scouters, but throughout every congregation have been beneficial. One of the purposes of NAPS is to encourage Scouting units to have a registered adult volunteer to work with chaplains in previous and providing resources and religious programs for youth. Another purpose is to urge every chartered congregation to God and Service Presbyterian Awards recognition. That honor is an opportunity to devote and give recognition to faithful volunteers. Another opportunity through the promotion of NAPS and the denomination is to encourage clergy to participate in many roles, not just in church functions, but also as chaplains, to encourage all youth and chartering congregations to expand their spiritual growth, and certainly to affirm the Boy Scouts of America commitment to a culture of youth protection and training requirements for all working. One of the opportunities that we have is with the General Assembly, and we have a slide that shows the General Assembly youth a year ago, 2 years ago, participating in General Assembly activities. This was an Eagle Scout who participated in a program at the General Assembly and had an opportunity to include the prayer of the program. We're delighted that he was a recipient of 4 of the P.R.A.Y awards, and move ahead with an opportunity to recognize that. Let me just say we've got the polling still in the screen. Can we delete that in order to use the other screen?
That's only showing on your end. No one else is seeing that. It's just on your end.
Just
You
on
can.
mine. Okay, thank you. The General Assembly that we participated in was held in St. Louis and attended by more than 1,000 people. The 224th General Assembly was scheduled to be last week, right here in Baltimore. Activity and with all the opportunities, people attended electronically, just like we're attending electronically this evening. The 225th General Assembly will be held in Presbyterian Scouters look forward to being an integral part of that particular program. An opportunity that we have is to participate in several different jamborees. If you have been involved with the scouting program and you want to participate next year in the 2021 National Scout Jamboree, please let us know so that you can sign up and either be in the chaplain corps or be a part of the exhibit program when we have an opportunity. Our church leadership involves clergy and pastors, and Skip, we're going to call on you to talk about the role of the pastor in the congregation. Skip?
I'm not sure if he's on. If he's on and trying to talk, unmute yourself.
One of the particular roles of the pastor in the Presbyterian Church is to provide leadership and inspiration and example as he moves forward. The organization then is an opportunity with the session. That's the leadership arm of the Presbyterian Church. The Christian education effort is combined with youth and religious education, can also be combined with the P.R.A.Y materials, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. The chartered organization representative is a very important part of the ministry of a church. He or she serves as a committee member of both the PAC or the troop or the venture unit, and also on the unit committee, as well as being involved as a representative of the church session and the Christian education program. It helps us provide the resources and the inspiration that people need as all of that goes on. The session itself is an opportunity to provide leadership and programs that make a difference in the lives of every congregation. The unit committee is an opportunity to utilize the resources, the education opportunity, and the recruiting of volunteers for youth and activities that are throughout the church. The church needs to use the scouting leadership and the training of adults as a way to make all of that program happen. If we can go to the slide about the programs of religious action with youth, P.R.A.Y is a great opportunity. It is a wonderful program, and it encompasses all ages. It is an opportunity for youth to participate in areas of religious growth. As you look at the particular program, there were 11,084 awards earned by youth in scouting this past year. There were 915 awards earned by Presbyterian youth members in various programs. And then there were 82 adult Presbyterians recognized with the awards presentation. Earlier I said we would do 3 different surveys. Now we're going to do the second one. Please mark on your screen which of these choices is your best for your church. The programs of religious action for youth are P.R.A.Y. Do you use P.R.A.Y materials in your church? If yes, for only Scout members, or for Christian education programs, or no, do you currently not use it? About 44% of our churches are responding that they do not participate, but at the same time, 44%, the same number, say yes, but only for Scout members. We encourage you to participate in this program and participate with P.R.A.Y. If you need additional information, please let us know as we move forward and make the whole program successful in the lives of youngsters. One unit award of excellence is a unit recognition. The application is available on the P.R.A.Y. website, and you can certainly use that as an incentive to recognize not just adult leadership, but youth. Comes with a ribbon for a Scout unit, comes also with a embroidered patch that a youth can wear on their uniform. A great opportunity to recognize outstanding leadership and youth participation in Cub Scout packs, Scout troops, varsity teams, venturing crews and ships, and those that are chartered by Presbyterian congregations. Another good reason to utilize that recognition. The duty to God is an emphasis at every scouting level. Council, regional, national provides an opportunity for growth and recognition. Recently at the BSA annual meeting, also held electronically, regional duty to God recognition was awarded one council in each region, and at the same meeting, 3 national awards were awarded to volunteers. As we look at the opportunities available from a local Boy Scout council, your local council can be an excellent resource, and they have in place lots of different opportunities to assist not just a local religious committee, but an opportunity to directly influence the lives of young people. Looking at the Religious Relationships Committee, it is comprised of several faiths and denominations. They have a variety of assorted events that are out there and available in the National Capital Area Council. They do a couple of different weekend activities. St. Louis Council the same way. If your council is participating, we'd like to hear about it so that we can publicize the activities that you have. A local council can provide training and resources for volunteers, for clergy, for denomination leaderships. A great opportunity to make that happen. Every local council has a career staff that is supportive of the Religious Emblems program, the Duty to God effort, and that program continues to be a success. There are chaplains that are available for weekend camping and summer camp and special occasions, and faith leaders that make it all a successful program. We're delighted that all of those parts make it a very, very important part of the scouting program. Recently, the National Capital Area Council had an opportunity to dedicate a new chapel in camp, and this was utilized with youth members as well as with adult members as the program continued in camp and made a successful weekend of activities. I encourage you to use the council office as much as you can. Using the Scout Sunday is an opportunity to utilize a worship service and duty to God. It's an opportunity to showcase all of the programs that are going on in a local scouting unit within the church. It gives you a chance to recognize volunteers and build enthusiasm for scouting. It helps you identify BSA alumni, and certainly an opportunity to have youth involved and to make that program a success. Our third survey deals with Scout Sunday. I hope that you will look at your screen and indicate whether or not in your church this past year you had a Scout Sunday observance. Please indicate yes or no. And it's overwhelmingly, congratulations, folks. It's in excess of 80% of the churches on the call this afternoon, this evening, have participated in a Scout Sunday program. Congratulations, and thank you very much for making that happen. One of the successes that we have is an adult recognition program. The adult recognition is through an adult mentor program that helps to build youth activities and recognize adults. So if you're building a Faith in Youth Award, this is for a counselor who has taught 3 years or more and been involved with nominations from a Protestant congregation, and a pastor's signature is required. The Adult Mentor Program is an optional program for parents or guardians who have their children enrolled in the P.R.A.Y series. Parents and guardians have workbook and can complete the efforts that they complete side by side. At our church this past Scout Sunday, we had an opportunity to recognize the family and youth of a Cub Pack and the involvement that they had. The 2 adult awards are the Celtic Cross for recognition of adult leadership and those who have given exceptional service to children and youth. The other one is the God in Service Award, and that acknowledges distinguished volunteer service by adults who minister for a minimum of 5 years to young people through the church and the Boy Scouts of America program. In each of those 2 experiences, there is a silver embroidered knot that can be worn on the uniform. We have a couple of recommendations as we look at resources. One, of course, is a wonderful book, Scouting Our Way. We're going to send some of those of you that have already registered early on. We'll get that in the mail. The rest of you will get a CD, which is called Faith in Scouting. And certainly from the local council office, there is a brochure available called Building Values Together. We have some web addresses, and I hope that you'll take a chance to look at those as we look at the next slide. And that will be an opportunity for us to look at the BSA websites. One is an electronic one that has a web address. The second one gives you more information about scouting and youth. The NAPS website is information about the Presbyterian Scouters, and the P.R.A.Y website gives you information about programs of religious action activities with youth. We have an opportunity for some questions, and I don't know whether or not they have been submitted, but we'll take those at this time.
I'm not seeing direct yet, but if you've got some, let's hear them. Feel free to unmute and ask your questions.
Okay. We have an opportunity to respond to questions that have come in from email addresses. We have one other slide that has on it Skip Hansen's email address and mine. So we would be delighted to hear from you at any time that talks about programs and opportunities that are there and how we can better serve the children, the young adults, the youth, and the adults in the Christian education program. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant evening. We look forward to seeing you along the scouting trail. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for presenting.
Thank you.